Today we are going to be talking about how to go from scarcity to abundance. But you know, the best thing of this life is that I'm not going to be alone. I have Amanda Villarreal. She is a coach for spiritual entrepreneurs, and she will be joining me on this talk. And I cannot, okay, hold on, because she's here. Let me accept her. Sharing with you the framework. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Oh, there you are. You look so beautiful. Let me fix my camera because I don't think people can see me properly. Oh my God, this is so exciting.
Yes, ooh, you look so beautiful too. I love the necklace.
Thank you. Well, I guess we have to thank my boyfriend because he was the one who went to buy it because I didn't want to leave the house, and he was like, "Do you want this one?" I was like, "Yeah." Oh, so before you came in, which took like 5 seconds, but in my head it took an hour. I was just telling everybody how today we're going to be talking about how to go from scarcity to abundance mentality. And we've got a framework to share with people of well-proven strategies that have worked both for me, for you. I'm guessing you also use these tips with your clients. But before we get started, can you please introduce yourself a little bit so people can get to know you if they don't know already?
Definitely. Okay. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Amanda. I'm a holistic health coach for spiritual entrepreneurs. So basically, I help them shift from survival mode into thriving mode, right? So through healing trauma, through energy alignment, and lifestyle modifications. So yeah, that's me.
I love that about you. I love that about you. And especially because like people here in my Instagram, we're all about going beyond surviving for thriving. Like, so we definitely, we understand each other. And in case somebody here don't know me, my name is Erika. I am a survivors and trauma survivors and abuse survivors coach. And I help survivors start feeling actually happy and truly fulfilled in their lives. I'm all about emotional regulation, mindset, and part of what I do is just what we're doing now, sharing the tools with you.
Right? Share. Yes. Awesome.
Yes. Okay. So, my gosh, I was writing down the topic and I was like, this is such a huge topic. I was typing it so everybody could see we were talking about scarcity and abundance. And I was like, this is such a huge topic. And everybody, like, what is your definition of abundance?
Abundance. Okay. For me, my definition of abundance is feeling just going through your life knowing that you are receiving everything that you're worth of, like embracing your worth, like in every single area of your life, and like you're welcoming all the good things that happen, and embracing them. So it's like just being open to.
Mm.
It's kind of my definition of abundance, because abundance can be in every area of your life, right? It's not just monetary. It's like in relationships, in health, in how you love yourself, like in every single area. So that's,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. For me, it's kind of like knowing that there is enough of everything
Yes.
and that Erica, I can also have access to that. Because I used to think that there was a lot of money, but it was just not for me.
Mhm.
There were good guys, but not for me. Like I couldn't get it. Now I have a complete different, thought. And so for me, it's just like knowing that there is enough and I can get I can get in there. I can get it as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, like going back to the word, right? You're worthy of receiving all that. Like, yes, this is available. The universe has unlimited resources and they're available to us. So I love that. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and when we're talking about scarcity, I guess it's obvious that it's the opposite. It's just living in this mentality where you're like, there is not enough. Like there's not enough to go buy, there is not enough uh, of anything. I don't know, because I think like it spreads throughout the rest of your life, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah, I mean, definitely, even the language that you use, right? Like I don't have enough for this. I can't do this for myself. Like, I can't invest in myself. I can't, yes, the can, the no, like all that. Scarcity in itself, the language, how you navigate life. Um, and also, I feel like the embodiment of it too, like how you show up yourself, like in your energy and everything. That's also because typically in a scarcity mindset, you're like, maybe hiding or like, not yourself, not your authentic self. So I feel like, um,
Mm.
yes, yes, definitely.
That's very interesting. I haven't thought about that, but like when you think that there is not enough for you out there, you pretty much just hide yourself and you just succumb to whatever you have, and you're not like shining your best self. You're not showing your, oh, I love that. I haven't thought about that. Listen, I'm already learning new things.
Oh,
Okay. So we've got a framework of 4 pointers that we believe that can absolutely help people go from scarcity to abundance. I love every single one of them because I know they work. But let's start with number one.
yeah.
Number one is chan 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 chan. Figure out where scarcity is coming from, like starting from the beginning,
Mm,
right?
absolutely. Yes. Do you want me to start sharing or you want to share your
Why
side?
not? Go ahead.
So for me, I had two different stories regarding abundance. So growing up in a very poor home, like in very real poverty, like we didn't have much to eat. Like it was my mom tried to with jobs, but it was like never enough. Like you mentioned, never enough to make ends meet, never enough to make it through. Um, so for me, living in that environment for for many years, from early childhood into teenage years, it was like my mentality was that I carried with me in my adulthood was that there's not enough for me. Like it's never enough, no matter how much I work, no matter how much I do, it's just not gonna cover it. And like living in that lack, and not even able to embrace what I already have, right? So, um, yeah, it was it was a lot of fear around money. So and yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that was stories that led me to that lack mentality, and and the other one, which was the opposite, which is yeah, but you can have it both ways, right? It's not just about oh my gosh, I'm poor, so this is what happened. The other one was like I was in a good environment. We had a home, we had a good, we had food, we had the resources, basic needs met, and however, a few months going in, I started witnessing domestic violence and emotional abuse from my stepdad. So it was yeah. So I was like, okay, well we're good. Like our basic needs are met, but then I have this fear of what I'm saying. So I think like that blocked me from even when I had of like yes, I'm capable of this. I'm capable of receiving. I blocked it by like, okay, there's gonna be a catch. There's gonna be something coming. Like,
Yeah.
that fear. And I was like, no, this is seems to be good to be true. So that's kind of how those two different ones shifted my mentality to like lack, scarcity. So yeah.
Yeah, that's so interesting because I had like kind of a similar my story with money is really strange because when I was born, we lived in abundance. Like we had everything. I was very spoiled. And then around the age of 7, like my mom lost her business, my stepfather was taking advantage of her. So I was like, first of all, money comes and goes, but most of it goes. And it's not actually a good thing because it creates conflict, people take advantage of you. So I was walking around with all these stories. And I feel that some of us, we are aware of that. But for example, I wasn't. Because in my head, I was like, yeah, of course I want money. Yeah, of course I want a better house. Yes, of course I want to. But I, like my conscious mind, yes, wanted all those things, but it wasn't until I sat down to figure out what I actually thought about money that it all started to change for me. And one of the best ways I know to do this is to actually sit down and just write down what I think about money. Listen, take a deep breath and start writing, because you are going to like be mind blown by the amount of things that your head is carrying about money and about abundance. I say money because it was a huge block that I had that I released. I'm so happy. But my problem, it was like making money. I had so many problems with that. So writing down about where these things are coming from, and just like Amanda shared, like think about what your family used to say. Think about what you say to yourself. Are these things actually coming from you? Because everything is going to start from a place of awareness. You know, you just saying you want to make money, it's not going to happen. We really need to get to the root cause of things. So that's why I feel like it's very precious and valid to actually figure out where are all these beliefs coming from,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you shared. Like figuring out where it's coming from and also releasing it, right? Releasing those stories, releasing those beliefs. Um, and also a big part for me is also rewriting your story, right? So it's
Mhm.
okay, this happened to me, and like, yes, it wasn't maybe the best, the best environment, but how can I learn from this experience? Like, what did it teach me? How did it help me grow? So shifting that around into a positive too helps me. I call it rewrite the story. So yeah, I think those two are very, very important. Awareness
Yeah.
and rewriting. Yeah.
hmm Awareness, releasing, and rewriting. I love that. Do you advise people to do that? Like, obviously, you do this in a coaching session, but if somebody's just listening to this and they're like, oh, I want to rewrite my story, should they journal about it? Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely take some space to, and it for me like when I'm trying to release past events, like past traumas, when I first started learning about that, how to do it, um, for me it was just thinking back, like putting myself in that space rather than writing it out. But if it works better for that person to write it out, so it just depends, right, on the unique needs of the person. Like maybe it's better to write. So that's they can like tune in and see what works for them. But yes, going back to that event and being able to release the emotions that are still stored in your body from that event, right? Because that's what's blocking you from receiving. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I would recommend, like, taking time to do that and know that uh, it will be a little bit uncomfortable, but always coming back to something that will settle if there's too much, right? So that's like how I do it. Like I'll do a lot of inner child healing and like somatics, as you know, like releasing it from the body, releasing it from the body and the mind. And then once you feel like a certain type of ease in your body, then you can start rewriting and seeing it in a positive light. So it is a process, right? But it's a sense of exploration, curiosity, seeing it with compassion, and honoring the emotions that come through, validating them rather than pushing them down as they come through. Um, so yeah, that's what I would say. Um, yeah, I
Yeah.
hope that is.
I, Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you said it is a process, first of all. This doesn't happen overnight. I'm like out here, like, I released it. Like, I released it, but it took me years, you know what I mean? And also sometimes I have my days. So I love that you said it is a process and just take it easy. I love how you said sit down, feel how see how you feel and just keep going. Hello, everybody. Hi, Greg. Um, who else is here? Hi, Pilar. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining. Okay, I love that. I love everything you said. So, tip number two, it took me some time to get to this tip, and I will explain why in a moment. It is look for abundance in your life.
Yes.
Because hi Laura. So I was like, if I want to get somewhere different,
Yeah,
right, I'm gonna look forward, right? And I'm a very goals-oriented person. I'm like, I'm gonna get that thing. And I
yeah.
would kind of, and then I realized that I was just looking forward. And what about the present moment? What about me being happy with what I have? Am I actually gonna get there and be happy if I cannot be happy now?
Hmm.
Yeah, so something really shifted within me, and I started focusing more on being grateful. And if you are big on manifestation, that I'm pretty sure most of our people are big into manifestation or they're curious about it. One of the things about manifesting things is you being grateful, right? If you want to get $1 million, be thankful if you find 1 cent on the street, right? Um, yeah, so how does that tip transpired in your life?
Yeah, definitely. Gratitude is a big thing, big thing for me. Even in the smallest things, like, oh my gosh, I'm making this amazing meal. Like, I'm taking the time to smell the food. I'm taking the time to um, feel into my body. Like, just little things that we may not notice. Even like the breathing, right? We breathe every day, like being conscious of your breath. Um, and yeah, just like every single thing from waking up, like even the fact of waking up, right, is something to be grateful for. So I've, yeah, been definitely been more embracing that and focusing on the little things, be thankful for what you already have, while also working for what you want, right? So it's like being grateful and working towards your goals at the same time. Um, so yeah, it does. It's a big one for me, um, and having grace for everything that comes as it comes as well. Um, that's a big part of looking for abundance. And even I was gonna say something that you mentioned about like when you're thinking in your vision, when you're thinking in your goals, also being grateful for that, right? Even when you're like in, manifesting, visualizing, being grateful for that itself. So I think it's a huge part. It's a huge vital part of attracting abundance. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I also believe that when you are grateful for what you have, it's kind of you giving cues. Even if you are spiritual, you are telling the universe exactly what you want.
Yes.
If you are grateful because your boyfriend did something very cute, you're saying to the universe, I want to be loved. I want to be cared for. If you are grateful for that little money that somebody gave you for something that you did, be grateful for that. And so the universe will understand that you want more of that. And if you are more into this is woo woo for me, let me tell you one thing. You are teaching your brain what to look for, what feelings to look for, what actions to expect, and what to receive, right? Because wherever your focus go, it will grow, right? So if you start thinking abundantly in the present moment, your brain is going to be like, oh, we like money. Let's make more of that. Oh, we like to be treated well. Let's have more actions that align with that, right? So I think it's very, people sometimes are like, oh yeah, I say the affirmations and whatever in the present moment. There's a science in behind that. And it's not only the woo-woo stuff, it's what actually your brain is going to be looking for if you practice it.
Yes. Yes. I love that. I love everything you shared. Definitely. Yes. What you focus on, you get, right? Your energy goes where your focus goes, right?
Yeah.
So, and also I love the part about, yeah, I mean, you can say all this information, but if you don't feel it in your body, then what? So you have to embody that
Mhm.
abundance. And if, for example, for me, like if I felt that I was saying that I'm abundant and I felt like a contraction in my body, I'm like, okay, there's some work that I need to do here. There's something that I need to explore, get curious about in order for me to feel that expansion. So yeah, everything, yeah, comes together with that.
Yeah, and like even when we're talking about affirmations and you're not feeling the affirmations, right? Okay. So let's say I am willing to welcome more abundance in my life. I am willing to feel more abundance. I am willing to open my eyes to more opportunities. Just add a little something that is real, but it still aligns with what you want. Affirmations don't need to be like, I'm abundant. I have $1 million. Like, you don't have $1 million. That's fine. But I am willing and open to receive large sums of money into my account. That feels really cool, at least for me.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love that. To where you're at, right? Where you're at in the moment, and honoring it too. So I think I love that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder where you are. Like, we don't need to be, as I said, you said it before, it is a process. Like, this is, um, I know that sometimes you see some tips and you think that in a month from now, everything's going to be like way better. You're going to feel way better, but it's probably going to take you some time to get to exactly where you want to be. But enjoy the ride, be grateful, adjust your affirmations, just keep
Yeah.
going.
Forward. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this one is really cool. So strategy number 3, constantly, whoever's live, is this making sense to you? Let us know. Okay. I think I done something on my phone. Okay, let me go back. Okay. Number 3 was constantly reframe your limiting beliefs. Constantly reframe your limiting beliefs. Oh, that's a tough one.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, for that, I would say it comes down to that's how I see it though, like constantly rewriting your story. If you see something come up, for example, for me, like the poverty, I was able to heal first, but then the other one came later. So when you heal something, typically there's something else that's ready to be healed too. Like there's something that comes up, at least for me, that's how it worked. So knowing that healing is not linear, it's okay, things will come up, but as long as you build that awareness and release it, reframe it to something positive, right? Always trying to stay in the positive. So yeah, that's kind of how I view it. Like that's how it's been for me. I don't know for you, but like feel something, then something comes up. I'm like, oh, okay, let's do this. Like it's okay. I'm prepared. I'm ready for that. So yeah, I do. For that, I do a lot of journaling too. Like if there's a limiting belief that comes up, like I write it down, and I'm like I bring it back to reality, meaning I challenge that limiting belief, right? Mm-hmm. So it's actually true. Like, is this limiting belief supported? Like, is there proof to support this limiting belief? So I bring it back, question it, challenge it, until I eventually bring it back to what's actually real, to what's actually present. So yeah, that's how I work with limiting beliefs when they come up, for sure.
I love that. And I love that you are using different modalities, because sometimes we're just walking around and we just start thinking random things, because the more we're, oh, thank you so much, Linda. Linda said yes, making a lot of sense. Thank you, thank you. So it is good to use different strategies. So here's how I work around my limiting beliefs, and it works for everything. If I'm working on something, and for the past 2 years, I'm going like hard on abundance,
right. Yeah.
I am going to start tackling it in the morning. I am going to be writing down what I want to believe. Do I believe it right now? Probably not, but I'm going to be writing down what is it that I want to believe. And I have my affirmations. So it's more of like, I'm not constantly fighting whatever I'm thinking, but I start before all these thoughts come and hit me, if that makes any sense.
No, it
So,
does.
right? So first thing in the morning, I'm already tackling. We know how we are. We know what we think about abundance. So what is it that you want to think instead? What is it that you want to believe? What type of person do you want to be? Right? So I in the morning I do that. I do that. And
Yeah.
then if I have some thoughts coming at me, I do the same. Is this even true? Most of the time, it is not true. Um, and yeah, I love that. Do you have any other techniques to reframe? I also think that sometimes, sorry, I just remembered something else.
You're fine.
Um, Sometimes I pretty much ignore whatever my brain said, and I breathe. You know, sometimes I'm just tired of fighting, and I'm just like, whatever, because I know that there's a deepest truth, deepest truth, and I just breathe into the discomfort because sometimes these things are gonna come. I think I got this technique from meditating a lot, I believe. So sometimes I'm able to just like whatever's going on here, I'm just like, you know.
I love that too because I also I'm glad that you mentioned the breath because I do use the breath a lot to even like visualize releasing with your breath, right? So like deep inhales and then releasing anything that is not your right, or like the audible exhales, like, right? So like you're releasing anything from your body, from your mind that is not serving you from moving forward to where you want to be. So that's another technique. So thank you for bringing that up. And then also, so with the movement, I use body to release, like somatic movement to release what's not serving you, right? And you actually say that as you're releasing, like pushing it away, pushing it out, right? And then welcoming in something that feels good for you, that aligns with your, and then okay, welcome it in, or some other shape that feels good, right? Like maybe like some heart hugs or like star shape. I love the star shape. Maybe you do too. Bringing it in, hug. So affirmations for both the releasing and the welcoming of what you want, and then using the body to do that as well. So
I love that. I really love that. And implementing body movement, it's one of those things I've done. I was already like 3, 4 years into my healing journey, and I was like, why haven't I done this before? Because
right.
I had so many things that I felt stuck, like in so many different topics. And then with the movement, and it's crazy because I've been a yoga practitioner and then a yoga teacher for so long. But then I was like, why am I not using my yoga? Because it really makes a difference and it can serve you for abundance and it can serve you for you to open your heart and being comfortable in the receiving.
Absolutely.
Because some of us will manifest what we want and not feel comfortable with what we received and mess it up.
Right. Yes, that can happen for sure.
Speaking from experience.
um, no, yeah, that and you know we're both yoga teachers, so we kind of like yes, we know the stuff, but we don't use it. You know, I'm like okay, well we need it though. So it's like for me was like actually doing it every day is what helped me. Like even a little bit. It doesn't have to be oh my god, you have to do 30 to an hour a minute. Like it can be 5 to 10 minutes starting out. Like that resonates with you, that works for you. Yeah, and it just puts you in that it's about the mind body connection, right? So when you release it from your body, you're able to get aligned with your mind as well. So yeah, I love that.
Yeah. And you know what I was thinking? Just when you said like we know these things, we don't apply these things, I was just for some reason thinking about our experience as a survivor and thinking about when you start your healing journey, there's just so much. There is too much, too many things to actually being able to handle.
Yeah.
right? So if you just arrived and you're like, oh my God, why am I like this? I need to work on my abundance mentality. And you've probably been doing the work to be able to have a healthy relationship, to be able to care for your kids without losing it, to be able to do so many things. That sometimes I feel like I kind of left it to the end because I had so many things to deal with, you
Yes.
know?
Absolutely.
As you were talking about it, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Sometimes we leave these topics to the end because there's a lot. Just feeling safe enough in our bodies to be able to do that kind of work that we've just mentioned, right?
Absolutely. Yes, safety is key. If you don't feel safe enough to do the work, then it's not going to work for you. So, like feeling safe in your environment, uh, in order, because if you don't feel safe, then there's going to be that resistance, right, from your
Yeah.
body, from your nervous system to heal or to release. So that is one of the key things. So yeah, I love that because it was similar for me. We have a lot of in common in that. Yes, there was a lot that I needed to release. First, that I didn't even. I was like, oh no, it's all good. It's not a big deal. Like, so for me, it was a lot of repressing, a lot of pushing down things, right? Until I,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So, and then untangling those wounds a little bit at a time. So that's what I love. Because we both resonate in that way. Like, it's a little bit at a time, tapping into the discomfort a little bit, and then tapping into something that feels settling, right? You don't want to get overwhelmed by the experience. You don't want to re-traumatize yourself through the experience. So that's the way to do it a little bit at a time and just have compassion for it all, right? Yeah. So
Yeah. And also like when what was I gonna say? I forgot. I was like looking at you, you're like just like glowing and I just
uh,
got distracted. What was I gonna say? I don't remember.
uh,
Ah,
it'll come. Start speaking.
it will come.
That's my
And if
thing.
it doesn't come, I'll just create a reel when I remember.
It'll be content for you later.
Yeah. Oh, I remembered. It was about when for me, for example, I think I could not address the my abundance mentality and my ability to receive money if I would not have dealt with self-compassion, feeling worthy.
Yeah.
I really had to do this inner child work to actually accept that like I am enough and that I am enough. And eventually I was like, I am enough. I'm worthy of having money. Like, what the hell is going on? And then I started to do this job. So sometimes that's how it works, right? You're like, you heal a little bit and then a little bit, and then you're like, oh, it is time to tackle this one. Yeah.
I love. Yes, absolutely. And you have to go back, right, to this inner child. Like that's where a lot of our behaviors stem from. So it's like it is a process. It's gonna take, it's gonna take a little bit of time. It's all good. So just honoring that, validating that, it's okay. And
Mm-hmm.
we have to address those deeper wounds before we can get to that abundance mentality because it comes from worth, right? You don't feel worthy, then well, you're not gonna attract that, right? Your energy, your vibration, you're saying no, so therefore, you're not gonna open to. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I love that. I did a little inner child too.
Yeah, and it's like for me, the going from scarcity to abundance is one of the most beautiful process that I've ever been because I don't feel like it's so heavy like the other stuff that I was dealing with. It's just really just tackling the limiting beliefs, as we said before, getting awareness, and then if you live in gratitude, the process is way easier. So it's kind of like this co-creation with the universe, and sometimes it's stressful, but I just love this process of like uh, being open to abundance, I guess. Really
I love
like
it.
it. Mm.
Yes, I
Okay.
then the deeper one, right? It's like, yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's fun. Started recently too. It's not like, oh my gosh, we've been doing this for years. Like we started this journey of embracing abundance also recently. So And we're sharing private class. So,
Yeah, I was so excited to share about this topic because it was like one of those things that was just like there and I
mhm.
couldn't get it. And in the last couple of years, I just went full on and I was like, okay, so okay, here's what you gotta do. And I love sharing everything I learned. So it's just like, I don't know, I guess it's my purpose.
Yeah,
And I just felt like let's share this. And I don't see this being taught from the point of view of like you surviving abuse and having the scarcity mentality attached to your experiences. So I guess like for example having you and like explaining it from your experience, I think it's very valuable actually, really.
absolutely. Yeah, it resonates. Like when we share a story, it resonates with survivors, like you said, like people that have been through the same or similar experiences. So absolutely.
Hmm. Hmm. Hopefully 5 years from now, we're going to be like, how I made and money in 5 days because this is it. But I thought it was important to share this part of the process.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay, let's go for number 4. I'm trying to reach for my, it's hot. Number 4, create a vision for your abundant life.
Yay. Woo. um, yes, absolutely. So this is very important. Um, so for me, it's making it very specific. Right? What is it exactly? For me, was really looking within, in my soul and my heart, because he already knows what he wants, right? He already knows his potential. So looking within, um, and for me, it was better to write it out first, the vision, like the detailed vision, and then bring it into a visualization. So, whatever works, of course, is very unique to the individual. I know I have heard of others write it like drawing it out, so that could be an option. It just depends on what works for them. But definitely making it as specific as like what you hear, what you're wearing, who is around you, more importantly, how do you feel? How do you feel in that vision? How do you feel in that ideal? I feel like that's the most important piece too. Um, and yeah, tapping into it daily, like daily visualization. And just putting yourself in that place too, but also staying. So it's a combination, right, of staying grounded and also working for what you want in the vision, um, and make it unrealistic. I see a lot of people like, oh, this is not realistic. Like, oh my god, you gotta come down to earth. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, if it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough, right? If it makes, I heard this one too. If it makes people laugh, that means it's good. Like because no, like if push their limitation onto you, telling you it's not realistic, then you're good. because you as you want. So that's kind of where I'm at too. With that, I'm like, I don't no longer care about that people. I care about the people that support you. So have support, like even share it with people that you know will support you and like will cheer you up, will rise you up. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's how I.
Great advice. Different ways to create a vision for your abundant life. I feel like, yeah, being realistic. What the hell?
I know. I'm like,
Dream.
no,
Uh,
dream.
so I believe that I love what you said about. I'm sorry, I'm hearing myself for some reason. I don't know what happened, but when we're talking about you creating a vision, I believe it is important because, like, if you don't know where you want to go, like, what the hell are you doing? So, if you don't create this vision for yourself, I believe that you're going to be taken by life, by your loved ones, by your family, by whatever. So, you have to create this vision for yourself and actually define what is it abundance for you,
Yeah,
because I believe that like online we have this vision of abundance that is having $1 million, having crazy trips or whatever. But is that really you? If that's you, like you do you, go ahead and do it. Like the universe is unlimited, as we said.
Mm-hmm.
But what does it mean to you? Like for me, going to the beach, being in nature, being able to say, tomorrow I'm not going to work, I'm going to the pool and go for a swim. That's abundance. That's my abundant life, right? And there is this person online that talks about design your rich life, right? And every life, every abundant life is going to be different from, from the other. Like my abundant life is not the same as Amanda's, and it's not the same as Hi Celeste, So yeah, so that's why I feel it's so important for you to create that. And I love that you spoke about visualizing, and I want to add something.
Yeah.
Don't just visualize about the future. Visualize, I love doing visualizations in the morning. Visualize what you're going to do throughout the day to take you one step closer to the goal. I
Yes.
love that tip because sometimes it can feel overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have this abundant life that's going to be in the future. You have no proof that you can do it, but you have simple things that you can do every day. So if you visualize every day, what is it that you're going to do to take you a little, one step closer, and as well visualizing what you want to achieve. I think it's I think you got it. You're going to create it.
I love that. Yes, absolutely. Visualizing on your ultimate vision, so visualizing on the little steps to get there. I love that. Yeah, yeah, resonate with that for sure. I resonate with everything you share, so it's like, yeah. So
We have a lot in common. That's like when I saw your Facebook profile, I was like, wow, have to reach out to her.
oh yeah, I know we have so much in common. Um, oh my gosh, I was gonna say something and it went away. Let's see. So let me. Okay, it'll come back. It'll come back. Um, yeah, but everything you shared is amazing, and God, it's okay. Hopefully, it'll
That's
come back.
okay. That's okay. Like, I mean, these were the 4 strategies that we wanted to share with you. Strategy number 1, figure out where scarcity is coming from. Think about your beliefs and your family, what you heard of, what you have in your head in regards to that. Number 2, look for abundance in your life. Live in gratitude right now. Number 3 was completely reframe your limiting beliefs. We shared a lot of tools. If you just if you just arrived, you have to watch the replay because we shared a lot of tools. Number 4, create a vision for your abundant life so you know where you are walking towards.
Yes.
There you go.
Oh yes, it came back. As you were
Yay.
funny. I was gonna say definitely. I love what you share about figuring out what abundance is for you, right? Because it's unique to everyone. And like I said, for me, abundance is not just monetary; it's in every single area of my life. So, like, I love going to the beach too. Like, that's one of my favorite spots. Taking walks in nature, spending time with my pets, my 2 cats, with my boyfriend, with my family. That is abundance. Quality time is also abundance for me. So, yes, I love that, and it's very important to define that for yourself.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Okay. I have an extra tip. If in your abundance plan or abundance life you have the desire to make money, uh, write down. I've done this exercise and I was sweating. I was like, and that's how you know it's a good exercise for you to do. Write down how much money you need to make that abundant life happen.
Mm.
If you want an apartment downtown, go figure out how much that costs.
Okay.
It's freaking scary, but for me, it gave me like, oh, actually, I didn't need that much money. I was like, oh, that's actually doable. You're probably going to figure out how that's doable, but then you're going to start thinking about what is it that you can do to get that amount of
Mm.
money. and yeah, just bring that dream to paper and figure out like, okay, what is it that I need to do? What is it that I need? I know that sometimes you can manifest abundance by other means that are not money, but for me, it really helped me to heal kind of the relationship that I had with money,
Yeah.
to figure out like, okay, how much money do I need? Okay, I want to have this life. So how much does that cost? Because I needed to know, like. So that was really helpful to me. That's why I'm sharing.
Yeah, I love that. I'll keep it in mind. Makes sense. It's like it brings more awareness, specifically how much I need in order to feel that life that I want. So I really love that. And also what I've done too, like it's I have to heal my relationship too. That's part of abundance too. Um, is like seeing money as an energy, right? I see it as an energy just flowing. Like the more you put it out, the more it comes back to you. Seeing it as an energy flowing in a circle, right? Coming back to you. And also, yeah, like money loves me. Like I've done that too. Like, yeah, it is an energy. It loves you. Like it's so cool that I did that. Releasing all those living release. I'm like, yeah, yes, and that makes me more open. So yeah, just a little fun. But
I love that. That's what I say. I don't know why, but I really love the abundance work. I love it. It's so much fun.
it is.
Anyways, it is. We're getting to the end of this masterclass. We shared so much, I'm like mind blown. And just to finish up, can you, Amanda, tell everybody where can people find you and what are you offering at the moment?
Yes, of course. So you can follow me on this Instagram page that you see, health coach underscore the holistic health coach altogether. Um, Also on Facebook, Amanda Vanessa, my last name, Villarreal, but I'm gonna spell out for you. I'll put it in the comments for easier access. And what I offer right now is coaching, like a 12-week coaching for spiritual entrepreneurs to take them from survival into thriving and their business and life so they can navigate their business and life with ease and confidence. So yeah, and also have standalone sessions for the different modalities that I use in the program. So the program is like all in one. So yeah, that's my current offer. What about you?
Yes, I love that. Myself, so you can find me at Erika's Healing Space here on Facebook as well. I've got a Facebook group called Happy Survivors Tribe. And it's really cool because it's everything in one place. Because sometimes I'm like, although I'm here and I have an interview and I have a podcast and then I have my blog, so everything is over there and I do some exclusive content over there, some lives. So if you want to join us, the link is in my bio. And I am currently taking one-on-one customers. And yeah, we work on creating that vision of a true fulfilled life because that's the thing. I want survivors to feel truly fulfilled because we have suffered enough. So we do inner child healing, we work on our limiting beliefs, and we work in a lot of self-regulating tools because we need it.
Oh,
So yeah. Oh my God, I'm so happy. And actually, I'm gonna soon be offering a special thing, but I cannot share right now. You will have to wait until I am ready to share this new offering. But I think it's gonna be very, very beneficial to any survivors going to, you know, looking to feel happy and fulfilled.
mhm. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God, this feels so good. This feels so aligned. Thank you so much, Amanda, for coming on this live, being vulnerable with everybody, wearing your cute cat outfit. Happy Halloween, everybody. I really appreciate you, and it's just such a joy to work with you. I just wanted to show some appreciation over here.
Oh, the same to you. you have such a beautiful energy. Like I said, we get along in every topic. Like we resonate with everything, right? And it's like it's just so easy to talk to you. The flow is there. The energy is just. I love working with you as well. It's such a blessing for sure.
Thank you. I forgot to ask, like, does anyone has any questions? I'm gonna give you like 10 seconds to type it out something real quick if you want to ask her. Just ask Amanda, okay? Ask us any question. Oh
Yes.
gosh. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. You were so beautiful. Everybody, I don't know if you will be able to see. Do you have it on your story still? You were so beautiful wearing that costume.
The one from the Day of the Dead, is that the one you're talking about? Yes. It expired already because I was on my story, but I do have the pictures. Like it saves on my camera roll, so I do have that.
You
um,
should share it on your profile or something because they were so beautiful.
I am. I'm not sure actually. Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. Okay, so I guess we have no questions.
Okay.
So we're gonna wrap it up. If you have any questions after the live, you're watching us, you're like, oh, I want to know more about this, leave a comment below. And if you're watching the replay, let us know by commenting hashtag team replay so that we know that you watched the replay. And I'll see you on my next one. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you. Thank you all so much. Bye.
Bye, everyone.